Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Pendragon here, and I found a very interesting glitch when it comes to pregnant Sims, thanks to the help of a friend. And so basically, what happens is that you can keep your Sim perpetually pregnant forever. They will stay pregnant and they will stay in labor, and you can actually make it where they won't actually give birth to the child. So basically, I have these two Sims here. They're romantic with each other, and so I'm going to make this Sim pregnant, and then we're going to go from there. So right now, obviously, going to go and try for baby, and then we will continue after that. Okay, so we got her pregnant, and so the next thing you want to do is you want to take the sim on vacation. The reason why is because they can't actually give birth while on vacation, and you can't have any toddlers or babies while on vacation. So we're gonna go and do that right now. Okay, so we've finally made it to the vacation destination, which would be Granite Falls. You can only do the vacation if you have the outdoor retreat. That's something that you should be aware of. And so basically, while you're here, as you could probably see on the screen, I'm keeping her very active. She's about to burst. She's about to give birth, but what you can do is, or what you should do, if you want to actually replicate this bug, is you go and you keep the sim active. So you keep them eating, you keep them bathing, using the bathroom, and sleeping, and you go through that cycle in an endless cycle. And so the sim won't be able to break out of that cycle. And even when the sim is actually supposed to be giving birth, they actually will not be able to give the birth. It'll stay in labor, it'll have 0 minutes, and they will be stuck in that position permanently. And so it's a very peculiar bug. And I don't know if anyone else has ever found it, but me and my friend found it, and so decided to do a little video on it. And I thought it was kind of weird and quirky. I don't know if it's supposed to be intended that way, or if it's literally just a glitch and a bit of an exploit to keep your your sim stuck in that kind of pregnancy hell. And so if you do that, you'll see that the sim just won't be able to give birth. The little icon will be flashing that she's ready to give birth, that she's like in labor, but she won't be able to because you'll have her stuck. So the thing is, there's some issues with the outdoor retreat pack. Since I'm in this particular lot, and this is from outdoor retreat, so you won't be able to bring your baby to the vacation with you, but you will be able to bring your kids. Now, if you have aging up and you have the baby over there, and you try to have the nanny taking care of it, um, basically what's going to happen is that by the time you come back from your vacation, there is the potential that your child will age up. So that's something that you should keep in mind. If you take your child with you on the vacation, however, you'll notice that since they can't go to school, they're going to keep getting bad grades. They're going to get bad moodlets, and they're not going to be in an overall good mood. So that's something that you should be aware of. And something that was bugging us was that the fact that you can't bring the newborn, obviously, it kind of has that hint, that feel of pets from Sims 3. When you went to vacation on Sims 3, you couldn't bring your pets along with you, and so I have a feeling that when they bring out the Pets DLC in Sims 4, that we're gonna have a very similar situation where we won't be able to bring our pets on vacation, which is kind of stupid because in the real world, when you go on vacation, you can put your cat or your dog in a pet carrier and bring it in the airplane or on the car or whatever. So it's kind of dumb they don't allow us to bring our pets to vacation because people bring their pets on vacation. It's a thing. It does happen. So that's something that has us concerned, or wondering if that's actually going to be a thing. Okay, so now she's currently in labor, and if you'll watch, I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep her occupied as much as humanly possible, but she won't be able to give birth no matter what. She'll be in labor forever until I actually stop making her do things. But back to the outdoor retreat. So I have some other issues with the outdoor retreat. I mean, it doesn't seem to me, in my personal opinion, and from what I've seen, that the vacations are good for families. It's basically only really good if you are like a single sim, because you probably won't be able to bring your pets. You can't bring your newborn. Your children are gonna have a hard time because they can't go to school, and it's really only for adults, really. And the other thing is that with outdoor retreat, herbalism isn't. It's a bit of a pain in the ass because it requires so much, so many items in order to actually be effective, and it's a bit of a pain in the ass because of that. If you've done any gardening or worked with any of the plants in this game, you'll realize that very quickly the plants are not very cooperative, and it's actually a bit of a bother, really, because they have such a long growth time, and you have to sit or you have to keep coming back and forth, back and forth. And so it becomes more of a chore than it does become a game experience. And I think they really dropped the ball when it came to that, in my personal opinion. The other thing is that the items, um, while it's not particularly to my taste, they have more of like I guess, a campy, woody, log cabin type of feel where it's a lot of woods. Um, and so, I mean, if that's your cup of tea, then oh, go for it. But me personally, I don't really this pack kind of stands out compared to all the other ones because of that. The other thing is that the fun activities aren't that good for bringing up the fun. There's a horseshoe thing right around the back of this house, and I'll show you what it looks like in a moment. But it doesn't really bring up the fun. If you really want to bring up the fun, it's probably better to just use the base games game station. They get more fun out of that, and it's actually more. It looks cooler. I guess is basically what I'm coming down to saying. But it's just this pack. I understand it was only like $10 for it, and all that. But it's just one of those packs where if you really want to get a really good pack, in my opinion, I would say just go with the spa day instead. It's got better items, it's got much cooler skills, and it's an overall just much better pack than the outdoor retreat one, especially for the price. But these are all things that you should be aware of. If you want to get packs just for the items, the housing, the build buy mode items, and then feel free to grab that. But you know it's you're spending $10 on maybe 4 or 5 pieces really, when you could just get the Get to Work one, which is really has a lot of items, or the Spa Day pack. And I can't say enough about that one. It's got hundreds of items in it, and it's a pretty cool pack overall as well. But again, that's just my personal opinions. Um, and as you can see on the screen, I'm still keeping her in labor. It's been a while. I'm speeding up time every chance I get, but I'm keeping her active. I'm keeping her fed, keeping her using the bathroom, and keeping her sleeping as well. And it's she's not giving birth, even though you can see the little icon flashing that she's pregnant, or rather that she's in labor. So again, this is a very strange bug that's come out, and I don't know if it's intentional that way or what, but you literally cannot give birth while you're on vacation. So it's kind of bizarre in that way. And you can just stick her into that loop on top of that. It's a pretty quirky bug.
Hmm.
But they'll be perpetually in labor, which is kind of hilarious. As long as you keep their needs up, they won't die. They'll just be stuck in pregnancy. Pregnancy hell.
Can you imagine going into labor, okay, and the kid doesn't come out? It just stays there, and you have permanent contractions, and that's why they scream and yell and scream and yell and scream and yell. It's like, oh my God. But why didn't they fix that? Why didn't they make it so that, you had to be not pregnant, like, in order to go on your vacation, rather than having the sim running around bitching and moaning like that for that long? It's stupid.
Yeah, but kind of funny at the same time.
Or just let them have it and then send it to the nanny right away after that. Like they need to work on that.
Yeah, or cut the vacation short, but like, boom, there you go. You go back home because of unexpected labor. Well, it's a It's an interesting little bug, and now people can actually see that thanks to the video.
Right? Or just if you hate your sim enough, like you just freaking can't stand your sim, you just do that. Keep him in labor for like ever.
But that's
I
kind of
wonder
mean.
if you kept him in labor long enough, if they will die because they're constantly screaming that they can't take care of their needs.
Oh yeah, they actually would because like the bladder gets low super fast and the hunger too. So
When you're pregnant, yeah.
yeah, so especially when you're in this labor state, it's constantly jumping into the red and I'm constantly running back and forth. So I imagine if you don't tend to those things, that yeah, it's gonna happen. They're gonna die. There's only so long you can maintain that before it just goes kaput. So it's an interesting way to kill off your sim.
Them on vacation and then make them miserable while on vacation.
And pregnant.
Right. No vacation for you.
So I guess I'll end the video here, so to say. Everyone knows the way it's happening and how to do it, and they see it in action. So there's all that. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you for watching this crazy madness.
Have fun.
Yeah. Stay tuned for whatever wacky hijinks I can pull off next. And until next time, as always, take care, everyone.